So this is a tricky question, which is why I'm bringing it to you all. I'm asking men and women, what is really the appropriate thing to wear at the gym? I'm asking you guys, if you were starting a gym, what would your dress code be? What would be allowed? What would not be allowed? Would you have extra shirts that you give to women or men, like if they weren't covered up enough? I was thinking about that. I might have a dress code and then have extra stuff to give to people if they're not being appropriate to it, like the restaurants that require a tie. So as you can see, I have been working out. This is not me at my best. I am makeup free, gross. I am shiny and sweaty. I just finished working out. Sorry about that. But I was thinking as I was working out, because I do it in my backyard and I also have a rebounder in the living room, so I don't do this in public. But I was thinking in my backyard, because sometimes you can look in like a neighbor, if they were coming out at the opportune time, they would be able to see me, and am I dressed appropriately? This is a family neighborhood. And so I struggle with that just in my backyard. I used to have a gym in New York in my apartment building, and so it was technically public, right, because it's a large apartment building and anyone in the building could go to it. And I would wear what I would wear when I played soccer. I played competitive soccer, like select Division I soccer. And so we wore normal breakaway pants, like these sort of pants, like these kind of vibe, and the baggy kind of comfortable cotton shirts. This is not something I would have worn in soccer, but I hear a lot of men talk about gym clothes. In my harassment video about should clothes be considered a form of harassment at some level, depending on where you are, should there be more dress codes, and should you be held accountable for this, like at school and at work? Many men said the gym, because the gym attire is tight, generally speaking, and it's revealing. But when you think about the amount of men who have commented about yoga pants, it just makes you think, what is the appropriate level? And are yoga pants, should they really be allowed in public spaces? I don't wear yoga pants in public. I'm not comfortable with that. And I see a lot of women do it. They wear the athleisure to the store, and many men talked about yoga pants. So many. That was really one of the big ones, was that yoga pants were completely distracting, and pretty much the women might as well be wearing nothing with how they fit and how they are and what men see, and it makes men very uncomfortable, or they enjoy it a lot, but it's still not enjoying it like in a non-sexy way. You see what I'm talking about? I get when you go into a store, there should be a dress code. I think a place of business should have a dress code. A restaurant should have a dress code. I think, obviously, an office building should have a dress code. I believe in dress codes for the appropriate places so that people dress appropriately for a certain occasion. But what is appropriate for a gym? I think this is such a different conversation than the business attire issue, because that just seems so obvious. It's not appropriate to wear this at a place of business. But you're working out. I understand that when you're working out, especially women and men who are doing it really in the fitness vein, they want to see the mirrors, they want to see all their I don't have muscles. It's not me. But there are women, who want to be able to see the muscles and the groups that they're working, and be able to see if they're doing the right positions and stuff, just like men would. And I don't think that men should be topless, like shirtless. I don't know if it's called topless, but without shirts in a gym, I think that's not good. So I do think that men should definitely be wearing shirts. I know that there's it's weird when you think about that double standard. I get why, but it is weird that men can walk around without shirts. But in a gym, you think about, I did gymnastics for a long time. You think about leotards, you think about, again, yoga. I don't do yoga, but they're yoga pants. And you think about dance and different things. Those things require more fitting clothes, and I understand that you need to be able to see your body angles and how you're moving. I did gymnastics. I had to wear leotards to the gym, but it was a specific gymnastics gym. So maybe that's the issue, or if maybe there's gender specific gyms. I don't know. This is, to me, a very complicated one. If you're at a pool, I do think there are many women's bathing suits that are extremely inappropriate. I think there are some men's bathing suits that are extremely inappropriate, even for pool attire in the public. I'm very much about who you're affecting around you, Now, I know there's a lot of women and men, I'm sure, who think, oh, it shouldn't matter. You know, like, I'm going to gym, I need to get stuff done, I need to be able to see what I'm doing. I, want to be comfortable, and having baggy stuff on me is not comfortable at the gym. I'm getting hot, I want to wear as little as possible. I understand utility-wise in that way. I understand those things, but at the same time, you're in public with other people, and you do have to not just be about yourself. You have to think, how is this affecting other people? And unfortunately, in this world, or fortunately, women are perceived differently than men and what we wear. And so you do have to take that into account. Is that your fault? Not necessarily, but is it still a responsibility in a social environment to understand how you affect people, whether it's fair or not, and maybe adjust according to that? I am not the person who thinks do whatever you want in a public space. Go home, do what you want. As long as you're not hurting someone, as long as you're not bugging people, do what you want at home, wear what you want at home, do that. But when you go into a public space, and not even a public, like, you could go to a party and wear what's comfortable with your friend group, great. But you're going to a public space, you really have to think about the people around you. It's a very important concept in my head, not just about clothes, but about how you act. These are things that I think are important for a society to function effectively, especially with a society like ours, which is so about individuality, and I think that's great. I think we should have our individuality. It's great if you want it, but you need in that space, that independent space, to also understand it's not taking away your independence to adjust your behavior or what you wear for your environment. That's just respecting other people. It's not taking away your agency or your autonomy. I think it's about respect, and also knowing that having discipline on yourself and obedience and to a public square, decorum, I think that's a mature thing. It's not an oppressive thing. I find that as a freedom thing. It's about caring about other people and caring about your community. Anyway, this is a long thing. I'd never said anything in it because I just don't know what is the answer. You can't just say women can't wear what is comfortable for them to work out in. And I understand that. I think some women are there and not wearing things that are comfortable. I think wearing a sports bra to a gym probably, and that's like it, is distracting to other people. Is it comfortable for that person? Likely. What is that answer? Because that seems like a really complicated thing. When I'm working out, I don't want to be wearing a whole bunch of stuff, but in public, where is that line and how is that drawn? And if I was creating a dress code for a gym, I don't know how I would do it. If you could have your own dress code at a gym and everyone had to abide by it, like, what would it be? I don't know how it would be fair, and I don't know how it would be the best for everyone involved. Let me know your thoughts.
Let's go.